let me first ask you what you think about the German government formation. How key is this to further Eurozone integration?
It is very important that the German government is set up because everybody is looking for it, since there are so many vital issues on the table of further integration of the European Union, and especially the Economic and Monetary Union. And those are going to be the major points on our agenda today in the Eurogroup meeting headed by Mario Centeno for the first time.
Minister, do you feel left out of this process, though? Bruno Le Maire, the French finance minister, is talking about the fact that France and Germany are going to lead this, that basically they are going to determine everything in terms of the Great Leap Forward, and they're talking about it happening this year. Do others have a voice at the table, or is it those two countries, Paris and Berlin, that are driving this?
It is, of course, very important that the two big powers do have an agreement among them on the conceptual ways forward. But on the other hand, I think it's quite clear that we have to understand that the true European leaders are the leaders not only for several European states, but for each and every European state, because we are as strong as our weakest point there is. So a lot of issues there on the table with deepening the EMU. And first of all, I want to congratulate the European Commission that they've come from the political statements to the practical proposals on how to go further that are going to be discussed not only among the two big countries, France and Germany, but among all the ministers, and hopefully come to the agreement which of those are more important. For me specifically, I think the finalization of the banking union is of vital importance. The backstop of the Single Resolution Fund, integration into the ESM, and the establishment of the European Monetary Fund is also very important, though there are a lot of nuances to be discussed, whether to institutionalize it or it should be remained as the prerogative of the member states that have founded it to take the major decisions. But which is important, more mandate has been given to it so that they would work on the programs themselves, take the decisions, not to work only as the cashiers. Other aspects like the support to the structural reforms are also very important, and these are the questions that we are trying to discuss, and hopefully being able to demonstrate the practical progress this year as well.
With regards to the banking union, do you expect to see a finance ministry, a European finance ministry established, and how soon could we see that?
I think that this is one of the issues that has the less importance. I mean, first we have to negotiate and agree what the functions would specifically be, what the role of the potential European Monetary Fund might be, and then just decide whether or not it's useful to establish the position of the common European finance minister, because I see it as an issue of minor importance that would not really make the difference of how competitive or successful the European Union and Eurozone specifically might be.
Minister, do you think Luis de Guindos of Spain would make a good vice president over the ECB, and will you support him?
We are going to discuss the further procedures of the ECB elections, though there is a candidate that has been announced already publicly, who is Luis de Guindos, and he is one of the senior and most experienced ministers among us, and I think he is a very good candidate, though most probably some others would be at some point put on the table, and we will have to decide. But I would personally also favor Guindos at this point.
Can I ask you about your thoughts on diversity in Brussels? You were the only woman in the race to take over from Dijsselbloem. Centeno is now going to run the Eurogroup. Do you feel that there are enough women in positions of power in Brussels?
I do come from the country where more than a half highest management positions are taken by women, and we don't have any obligatory quotas. This is a natural process, which means that the ladies are very professional and capable to do that. I was running for the position because I think that, yes, the share of the women should be increased in the European positions, but I think that what comes first, it is the proficiency, and that's even more important.
What progress can we expect on Greece today?
Greece has been doing very well with their obligations before the closing of the third program, which is very important. They've over-exceeded the requirements for preparing the balanced budget. They have prepared a budget with the positive balance of 3.5%. Other homework has been also completed, like improved tax collection with the independent tax authority. The social security system has been improved, but still a lot of homework is there on the table. We are going to further monitor what the situation is, but most probably the third progress report will be accepted, and then the next tranche can be transferred to Greece that hopefully will make a buffer or a cash buffer for them so that they would be more successful in returning to the markets.